What is your boy Gomi, and we are back with not just another UFC card. We are back to look at UFC 311. This has got to be the best dang card we've had in quite some time. This card sounds and looks amazing. What am I saying? Sounds? It does sound amazing. We have had two fall offs. Literally, as I was getting home from work, I saw them and I said, oh, that sucks. But overall, I still love almost every single fight on this card. I think this is an amazing card. I hope it stays at the Intuit Dome. I know there's a lot of bad things going on in California right now. California, right? My brain's giving out on me. I hope they're all safe. I hope they're okay. But yeah. So let's look at, my sick brain is giving in. You probably can hear it, but I have a nose patch on just to reduce the sinus issues. But yep, I'm going to be a little bit faster with this one, which sucks because I really want to take my time with how good this card is, but oh well. Tagir Ulanbekov versus Clayton Carpenter. This should be a pretty solid fight overall. I like how this is the first fight of the card. You know it's good when the first fight of the card is just a very good one. Clayton Carpenter is a pretty solid undefeated prospect in MMA. He's good. He's got good skills all around. The problem is Tagir Ulanbekov, I think, is just better. He's coming out of Khabib's camp. He's massive for the flyweight weight class. This dude's big for the weight class. He has a big reach advantage as well too. Carpenter's a solid prospect, but he's just got really good takedowns and grappling. I don't think that's gonna do much against Tagir. He may be more powerful maybe, but Tagir Ulanbekov's top pressure is really vicious. If he gets him down onto the ground, he's going to definitely give him the good old steel blanket with some punches. He throws punches. I'm not saying he's a lay and pray, but Tagir is definitely going to be the better grappler overall in this aspect, which sucks for Clayton. I do like him, but I think Tagir is going to be winning it. I think Tagir is going to win it by decision as well too. And looking at the odds, yep, Tagir is a minus 340 favorite, as I predicted, plus 260 for Clayton Carpenter. Next, we're going to have Ricky Tucios versus Bernardo Sopage. I actually covered this fight earlier. I didn't even know. When I was recovering it again, I was like, man, didn't we have this fight? Didn't we have this fight before, or didn't I talk about it? And as I remembered, Ricky Tucios pulled out. Didn't you say he won against Rosas because Rosas pulled out against him? But yes, Sopage, he's very highly rated off a loss. A lot of people think he's really good. He was winning up until that brutal flying knee. And I do think he is really good. But Ricky Tucios is just very durable, very wild, hard to knock out, hard to submit, even though Rosas did do it. I got that wrong. I think he's too, I don't know. I think Bernardo wins it, but very, very close. I've seen a lot of people highly on the Bernardo side. I'm pretty sure he's probably a big favorite. Yep, minus 355 favorite, plus 280 underdog for Tucios. I don't like that at all. I think this should be closer to a pick'em, to be perfectly honest with you, but I will take Bernardo by decision, but I'm not betting it. Nope, no. Rinya Nakamura versus Muin Gafrov. Wow. Rinya Nakamura ended up being a can crusher. I mean, we kind of knew he's a can crusher, but off the road to Ultimate Fighter, he looked so damn good. This guy was vicious, a really good Japanese MMA grappler, and he was finishing guys left and right. Came to the UFC, couldn't finish Fernie Garcia, who I listed as my massacre of the night. Yeah, I know Fernie Garcia is hard to take out, but still. And then he couldn't finish Carlos Vera, which that's... Yeesh. You couldn't finish Carlos Vera. So I don't think he's the finisher we all thought he was. Meanwhile, Muin Gafrov, he's a pretty technical striker. Solid wrestling. And he's got a decent bit of UFC experience while being immensely durable. Nakamura, his BJJ is also really bad. So even if he does wrestle him out, it's going to be a little bit harder for you to get a submission. I don't want to say very bad, but it's not He's an elite level submission guy while he's a really good grappler. Overall, I'm going to be taking Rinya Nakamura to get it done by decision. I think I'll easily finish him, especially when Gafrov was pretty good, but I'm going to lean towards Rinya Nakamura having the advantage. But make no mistake, if it stays on the feet, Muin Gafrov, I think, will piece him apart on the feet. Ah, man, I maybe want to take Muin. We'll see what the odds have it as. Minus 500 for Rinya Nakamura. Is this are the odds just awful for this card? What is this? Yeah, no, I think there's much more value in the Gafrov side, because I was again saying this is a pick'em. Part of me maybe wanted to lean towards Gafrov, but I don't know, something you said, nah, I think I should go with Rinya. But no, that tells me, Jesus Christ, that's insane. That's insane. Get those odds on my face. This fight is okay. Carla Rosa is a pretty solid MMA I don't want to say women's prospect, being in there for how long she is, but she's pretty good on the cusp of being a contender. I like Carla Rosa. Aline Perez, she's fun, but she's a can crusher. She has the prettier record, but she's going up against way less in terms of competition. Aline Perez, I think she's gonna get her ass beat. I know she likes to twerk that ass a lot, but I think she's getting her ass beat. Because she went up against Daria Zelenskova, Jocelyn Edwards, Lucy Pudilova, Ashley Evans Smith. These are not great wins, and she lost to Stephanie Egger. Meanwhile, Rosa is going to war with Irene Aldana, Yana Santos, Norma Dumont. She's losing most of those fights are in Yana Santos, but she's solid. She's fought the better brand of competition, and I like her better in this matchup. I think she can win by decision. Look at the odds. Where is she? Oh, Carla Rosa is a minus 218 favorite over the plus 180 Aline Perez. Grant Dawson versus CDF. It's actually CDF's 40th birthday. I can't pick this fight. Because yes, Grant Dawson has the age advantage. And Father Time is unbeatable, basically. There are very few times where Father Time skeeters out of there. But what if Father Time, in this case, has a glass jaw? Grant Dawson, I think, is a phenomenal wrestler. His BJJ could be better, but his ground and pound has improved. But CDF, on the other hand, even though he's old, his power is still there. He's slower, he's more hesitant, he doesn't throw as much volume, and he grapples when he really doesn't need to, probably to conserve on energy, but he still hits very freaking hard. Bobby Green put him out with a glancing jab. Grant Dawson, of course. I can't pick Grant Dawson to go up against CDF, but also CDF, I think, is old. I could see a world where Dawson takes him down and beats him up. CDF's hard to take down and pin down, but CDF's now 40. Historically, he's been hard to take down and beat up and beat on the ground, but he's 40 now. Things go when you're 40. I'm almost 30. I'm just about to hit 30, and I already feel my knees going. So just add an extra 10 or 12 years for a professional mixed martial artist, and them knees are going now. So I don't want to pick this fight. I'm not going to pick this fight. I'm just going to tell you the odds. I'm going to tell you not to bet this fight. I'm not going to pick, but I'm going to tell you the odds. Where is this? Why is this so out of order? Why is Jamal Hill versus Yiri on top? I don't know. But yes. CDF is plus 210. Grant Dawson minus 258. I'm not betting minus 250 on Grant Dawson. If it's someone who's got no power whatsoever, is afraid of standing, yeah, but CDF can hit pretty freaking hard. Ask Michael Johnson. I picked Michael Johnson. Good old coin flip in that fight. And this fight is off. What the hell? Well, that is who's fighting. But that is not him. That is good old Cedricus Dumas. But yes, Zacharis is now fighting Asmat Bekangov. I know nothing on him. UFC debutant. I know nothing on him, so I'm not picking. These are still all Cedricus stats. I was gonna pick Zachary Reese to beat up Cedricus Dumas, who I really wanted to see get beat up. It was not a great fight, but I thought it was like great in terms of skill wise. But I thought it was a fun fight. But yeah, I guess I'll pick Zachary Reese. But I don't know. This fight's still on, and this is one of my favorite fights on the card, and I hate how low it is. It absolutely should be main card over Holland versus De Ridder. I'm gonna be honest with you. I know a lot of people like Holland. Holland was my guy, but like, not anymore. Jailton Almeida versus Sergey Spivak is a very, very fun fight. I'm gonna keep saying this. I sound like a broken record, but Jailton Almeida is not boring. He's not boring. He's been boring one fight and never, ever elsewheres. Jailton Almeida is a light heavyweight fighting at heavyweight, and he is styling on these guys. He doesn't really have a good striking game. He does not want to strike, but he's so good on the ground. I love it's a really risky and very easily telegraphed move now, but that front kick into the blast double is vicious, and I can see it working on a plotter like Sergey Spivak. Sergey Spivak is a guy I've been high on in the past. Turns out he's wishy-washy. He looked like a god against Derek Lewis. He didn't look very good up against Cyril Gane. Then he looked like a god against Marcin Tybura. And I feel like he's going to look not like a god against Jailton Almeida, to be perfectly honest with you. Jailton Almeida was ragdolling Curtis Blades. When Curtis Blades is a very good wrestler. It's just Almeida got caught and then his brain gave out on him. Unfortunate, but I still think he's going to be able to win against Sergey Spivak. Sergey Spivak is absolutely a 0 on the feet, just like Jailton Almeida. So it's gonna go to a grappling match, and I think Almeida could beat up Spivak. Spivak did get the armbar on Tybura, but that was from the bottom. Almeida is not gonna get caught in that, I don't think. Almeida by submission is my pick. Also, there's no way this fight goes the distance. I mean, I know I said that about Jailton Almeida, but that was a one time out of 24 fights, all right? But yeah, Sergey Spivak, in all of his losses, I believe he's been finished, actually. I have to double check and see that, but I'm pretty sure he's been finished in all of his losses. And Almeida, I'm pretty sure he's only went the distance that one time against Derek Lewis, maybe another time before the UFC, but no more than 2. Yes, he's had 2 decisions. Sergey Spivak, on the other hand, he's been finished in 3 of his 4 losses. So yeah, it can't go distance. Odds wise, where are they? Minus 395 for Almeida, plus 310 for Spivak. I wouldn't bet it, but I agree with it. The other fights, I was like, yo, these fights should not be betted. They should not be these odds, to be honest with you. But this fight, it should be those odds, but that doesn't mean I'm going to bet it, to be honest with you. I don't have to. This is not a bettable card at all. Wow, hate it. Now, Peyton Talbot is going to be taking on Raoni Barcelos. Peyton Talbot is just strong, durable, young, very intelligent with his shot selection. His defense can be sus, but his offense is on point. Barcelos used to be durable. He does have a grappling advantage. He could definitely test them in the grappling, but nah. Peyton Talbot, I think, is probably going to run through Raoni Barcelos. I don't think it'll be like Yanni Gamori was, but I think he's going to beat him up within 2 rounds, to be honest with you. Odds-wise, he's probably a massive favorite. Bro, no. It's unbettable. It's unbet. We need to stop, dude. The markets need to stop with the over minus 1,000 favorites. He's minus 1,200. Actually, no, that's a steal you can get on DraftKings. Everywhere else he's minus 14. And Barcelos is not a guy like, oh, throw $10 on. No, he's gonna lose. Like, if he wins, like, give him a title shot against the winner in the co-main. Peyton Talbot's probably gonna beat him up within 2 rounds. That's awful odds. Awful. And this fight is also off. I also really like this fight. You know what's funny? The two fights that are off, I really liked, because the person who I heavy felt was going to lose, I just wanted to see them lose. I'm going to be honest with you. I just want to see Bogdan beat the shite out of Johnny Walker. But I do think Bogdan is pretty good compared to Zachary. Zachary is good, but he could get better. But I think he's just good right now. Bogdan, I think, is pretty good for light heavyweight. And he's probably going to beat the crap out of Billy Elkina. I don't know of him. Debutant. But yeah, I wanted to see Johnny Walker get knocked out. I'm a Johnny Walker hater, and I never will, and won't be. And now on to the main card. Normally I'd have slide for these two, but I only managed to get through these three, and then the sickness is overtaking me. Kevin Holland versus Reiner de Ridder. Holland. Can we go back 5 years ago now? God, I'm old. Can we go back 5 years ago when Holland was tearing through the middleweight division and he went 5 wins in 1 year? I love that. That was Kevin Holland was one of my favorite fighters. He was my favorite fighter that year because I always just loved, oh, what should I watch this weekend? Oh, Kevin Holland's fighting. Oh, he knocked him out, or he submitted him. Oh, a lot of people gave Buckley the ninja kick knockout of the year, and looking back, I'm gonna alter it, but before then, I gave it to Holland over Souza, man. That was just brutal. But yeah, that was back in 2020. Holland nowadays, he keeps flip-flopping between middleweight and welterweight. He looks good here, bad here, and then the fights he loses, he just doesn't look good in. The JDM fight, the MVP fight, those are fights I hyped up so highly, and I just feel like Holland didn't deliver, man. Take a sip of my tea. Why is it greasy? My handle. But Holland just doesn't look good here and there, and I don't think he cares about the belt anymore. And he's coming back really soon after that loss to Delice. And what was that? He just got stuck in a body lock and just noped out of there. Injury, but still. And then Reiner de Ridder looked awful against GM3. My God, he's still GM3. That's impressive, very impressive. But ultimately, he GM3. I can't actively pick someone who GM3, but also I can't actively pick Holland anymore, especially when Reiner de Ridder overall has a very big advantage in the grappling department, and that's usually how Holland loses. His striking is abysmal, Reiner de Ridder, though. Holland can absolutely piece him up. If we see the Holland that showed up against Michal Oleńczyk, he's going to beat the crap out of him. If we see the Holland that showed up against Robert Delice, he's going to get injured. If you see the Holland that showed up against MVP or Vettori back in the day or Brunson back in the day, I don't know. I don't know what Holland we're going to get. Because of that, I'm not picking this fight. I'm not picking anything on this fight. I'm going to tell you the odds. I want Holland to win. I hope he wins. Part of me thinks Reiner de Ridder wins. minus 108 for Holland, minus 112 for Reiner de Ridder. So basically, pick him, but leaning towards de Ridder. Beneil Dariush versus Renato Moicano. If you know, I used to be a big Moicano hater. I wouldn't say I'm a hater now after his last performance, but I will say I'm easing up to him. If he keeps doing this, if he keeps having these performances like he did against Jalen Turner and like how he did against BSD, I'm gonna be a fan of him. I still hate his post-fight speeches. I'm sorry, I never liked Moicano on Money's post-fight speeches. I wish he'd shut the fuck up. But when he fights, he's good. He's good, man. He's pretty good. It's just that he does have some boring fights. Simple as that. A lot of people really like him, but he's had a lot of boring fights. Like the Drew Dober fight was. Otherwise, though, when he's exciting, he's exciting. And now he has knockouts. He has 2 knockouts now. I remember I was clowning on him for having 0 knockouts. Who come into UFC 300, dumbass Turner. He knocked them out. He beat the living crap out of Benoit Saint Denis. That's the one that made me go, wow. Like, he a violated him. And I really appreciate him for that too, because I've been on this vendetta saying Merab is a boring fighter, and I hate watching him fight. And a lot of people say, you don't like grapplers. You don't like grapplers. No. I don't like lay and praise, or not even lay and praise, just up against the fence and knee you to oblivion. I like exciting grapplers. I like exciting ones. Watch Arman Tsarukyan versus what's his name? Joaquim Silva. Islam Makhachev. Any of his freaking fights. Renato Moicano against BSD was a great fight. I loved it. And it was all grappling. And I've talked too much about Moicano. We need to talk about Dariush. Dariush is over the hill. I know they're the same age, but inactivity. I've never been a big fan of Dariush. I remember back in the day, Dariush was ranked number 3, and I told people, I said he should not be ranked number 3. Drop this man. What happens? Murdered by Oliveira, murdered by Arman Tsarukyan. I made good money on those, by the way. Made good money on those. I picked him to get knocked out in both those fights, and I made good money off him. Benito Dariush back in the day was a wild, reckless, killer-be-killed fighter. But in his fight against CDF and Tony Ferguson and Mateusz Gamrot, he was more of a patient, kind of like try and go play the ground game, but really ultimately went out of decision. Maybe strewed some submissions here or there. He did have Tony a great leg lock submission, but the wild, reckless murderer he was back against when he fought Holtzman and Drakkar Klose and Dober, it's all gone. It's gone. He took like a 2-year break after beating Ferguson or something like that. A little over a year. Like, he hasn't been the same since then. His chin's pretty shot, but I don't think Moicano's knocking anybody out on the feet. If he gets him to the ground and pound, Moicano could win by KO, but also Benito Dariush is very hard to keep on the ground and stay on the ground unless you rock him really badly. That's how with Oliveira did. But even then, he was winning in the grappling exchange against Oliveira. I think Moicano will be the better grappler, but I just don't think he's going to knock him out. I think it'll be Moicano by decision, but oh boy, if Moicano knocks him out, submission I think is completely off the table for either guy. I just don't see it. Odds-wise, man, I'm really like running low. I'm running low in steam. Where is this fight, bro? Moicano is a -172 favorite over Benito Dariush at +160. Now we have slides. Not you, not you, not you. You. Yuri Prohaska versus Jamal Hill, a light heavyweight matchup, a fight I've wanted for 2 freaking years now. When Jamal won the belt, I said Yuri versus Jamal. I want that fight. It replaced my Yuri versus Jan Blachowicz, which I really wanted back in the day, but now not so much anymore. But I still would really want Yuri versus Hill. I would have preferred it to be for the belt, and also, what the heck? And also, a big issue I have with this is both guys have been severely compromised after their last brutal knockout losses. That worries me a little bit. I feel the fight's been soured a bit. Oh well, we're still getting it. Yuri Prohaska is 32 years of age, 30 wins, 5 losses, 26 KOs. Woo! Woo! 26 KOs. He has 1 decision win in his career. I love Yuri for that. I love Yuri. He's one of my top favorite fighters. 3 submissions, 6'3" in terms of height, orthodox stance, 80-inch reach advantage, a 0.72 takedown average. Yeah, you think there's going to be a takedown in this fight? A 58.08 significant strike accuracy, -105 underdog. Significance over Alexander Rakic, sad to see but happy to see. Glover Teixeira, Dominic Reyes, and Volkan Oezdemir. Jamal Sweet James Hill is going to be 33 years of age, 12 wins, 2 losses, 7 knockouts, no submissions to his name, 6 foot in terms of height, southpaw stance, 79-inch reach, disadvantage, not a takedown to his name, 56.75% significant strike accuracy, -115 favorite, significance over Glover Teixeira, Thiago Santos, Johnny Walker, and Jimmy Crute. By the way, all the people are saying Jamal needs to mix in the wrestling. Jamal needs to mix in the wrestling. What made you think he was going to do that against Alex? Look at his stats. No submissions, no takedowns. Why was he going to start then? I don't get it. Ultimately, though, what do I have to say about this fight? Both guys suck in defense. I'd say Jamal is the more technical striker, definitely. And I think he has probably... does he have better cardio? Yidi's cardio has been shown to be very good. But I think Hill's conditioning is going to be better, surprisingly enough, with his beer belly. But yeah, both guys are power punchers. I think Yidi has the power advantage. I think Yuri has a durability advantage, typically. The main thing that kind of worries me is Hill's coming off a layoff of almost a year after he got brutally knocked out in one round. Yuri Prochazka also knocked out by the same man, Alex Pereira, but his knockout was brutal. It was vicious. He was badly KO'd in that fight. Typically, I'd say Yuri Prochazka has a better chin, but his chin might be completely gone. It was cracked the first Alex Pereira fight. You could say it was early stoppage. I think it was. But the second fight was a late stoppage that probably took any semblance of his chin. It's gone. I think his chin's gone, to be honest with you. It's probably gone. I don't know. It could also be just Alex Pereira. It's different. He does. But overall, I think this fight should still be a banger. I think it's going to be all offense, and I'm quite unsure of who I think is going to win. I'm going to lean towards Yuri Prochazka, but I do agree with the odds. And I do even agree with Yuri Prochazka being a slight underdog, to be honest with you, because we just don't know how he is after the Alex Pereira fight. Ultimately, fun fight. One of my favorite fights. Probably my favorite fight in the card. Oh, boy. This is going to be a bantamweight title fight between Merab and Umar Nurmagomedov. Merab is going to be 34 years of age. 18 wins, 4 losses, 3 knockouts, 1 submission. He has 14 decisions and 4 finishes. Okay. 5'6" in terms of height, orthodox stance, 68-inch reach, disadvantage, a 6.09 takedown average, a 59.83% significant strike accuracy, plus 270 underdog. Significance over Sean O'Malley, Henry Cejudo, Piotr Jan, and Jose Aldo. Umar Nurmagomedov. I want to take that all the freaking win off. I want to take that off. Umar Nurmagomedov is gonna be 29 years old, 18 wins, not a damn loss to his name, 2 knockouts, 7 submissions, 5'8" in terms of height, orthodox stance, 69-inch reach, advantage, a 3.89 takedown average, a 68.79% significant strike accuracy, minus 360 favorite. Significant wins over Corey Sandhagen, Bekazat Almakhan, and Raoni Barcelos. Yeah, he knocked out Raoni, by the way. Pretty sure he's what took his chin. As you know, I have a disdain for Merab, but as I said, breaking down all his fights, God, I hate this man, but God, he's good. Simple as that. He's really, really good. He's really good at just making the fight as boring as possible. People were flaming on me for saying I hated his fight against O'Malley, and I hated his fight against Cejudo, and I hated his fight against Piotr Jan, and I hated his fight against Jose Aldo. Do you know why? Because he just shot takedowns with no intention of getting them. Yeah, he picked up Cejudo once. What did he do with it? Nothing. He got O'Malley in like 2 submission like front headlocks, and he just didn't know what he's doing. He just let it go. I don't like Merab, but he's really good. Endless cardio, very durable, and let's hit him to his body. Umar, on the other hand, is coming out of the Khabib camp, but I don't want to overrate him because of that. Because at the end of the day, I think he should get the title shot. I definitely think he should be getting the title shot. He is the biggest threat to Merab's reign, honestly, because like anyone else Merab beats. Like people are like, oh, he should be fighting Piotr. He should be fighting. No, he would destroy Piotr again. Umar is the most deserving, and I definitely think Umar could win this fight. I think the odds are pretty bad, though. I think it should be leaning more towards a pick'em. We can't be underestimating Merab. Just because we don't like him, we can't be underestimating him. Umar is still untested. Umar normally has good cardio, but I could see Merab testing that badly. The main benefits for Umar, though, is his striking is significantly better, and his grappling is on par. So as long as he keep this on the feet, he could piece apart Merab. I hope he paid attention to the last round of that O'Malley fight where just a few body shots had Merab completely compromised, because Umar has great kicks. He could throw some great teeps to the body. He goes some great head kicks as well too. Merab has been chinned with left hooks. That's what we thought O'Malley was gonna get him with. So Hudo and also someone else, I can't remember who. Was it Marlon Vera? They got him with that hook. Umar can throw that hook. He absolutely can. So ultimately, I'm gonna be leaning towards Umar. I'm gonna be praying Umar wins. Like, seriously, the bantamweight division is so good. It's just we can't have this guy as our champ. Same thing with the welterweight division. We can't have him and Bilal as champions. Those are the next best divisions after lightweight, but lightweight has a great champion. No. Umar decision, but very haphazardly so. It is a very close fight, and I can absolutely see Merab winning. I'm dead, but we've made it to the end. Islam Makhachev versus Arman Tsarukyan 2. Lightweight title fight. 33 years old for Islam. 26-1. 5 knockouts. 12 submissions. My God. 5'10" in terms of height. Southpaw stance. Does he have more than... He has almost double the amount of finishes he has decisions. God, you'll love to see that. Southpaw stance. 70.5-inch reach, disadvantage, a 3.19 takedown average, 71.46% significant strike accuracy. Keep in mind too, Islam stands a lot. By the way. -425 favorite. Oh my God, I can't get over that. Every time I gush over that stat. Such a good stat. Significance over Dustin Poirier, Alexander Volkanovski twice, Charles Oliveira, and Arman Tsarukyan. I could also extend it, by the way. Islam actually has a very deceptively good record. He has a win over King Green, Dan Hooker. He's got a good record. Thiago Moises, Drew Dober. I don't know why we underrate him. I don't know why we do, but oh well. Arman Tsarukyan is going to be 28 years old. Young boy. He's my age. Oh my God. We're the same age. Wow. I didn't realize that. Why aren't I fighting for a UFC title? What have I done with my life? 22 wins, 3 losses, 9 knockouts, 5 submissions, 5'7" in terms of height, orthodox stance, 72.5-inch reach advantage, a 3.25 takedown average, significant strike accuracy of 58.96%, plus 315 underdog, significance over Charles Oliveira, Benil Dariush, Joaquim Silva, and Demir Ismagulov. I'm going to be going with Islam Makhachev. Surprise, surprise. I'm a big fan of Islam Makhachev. I love how he, out of his last 7 wins, 6 fights have been finishes and the 1 decision, 1 fight of the year. Now, I'm going to throw the first fight relatively out the window. It was too early. Like, it's the same thing like Leon Edwards and Usman, which I hope it doesn't end up the exact same thing. But everyone's like, oh, Usman's now pound for pound #1. Leon Edwards is the guy who put up a good fight against him all those years ago in his UFC debut. Was it his debut for Edwards? No, it was his debut. Okay, I was about to say, oh, this is getting eerily similar. Watch for the head kick, Islam. He keeps talking about his signature move, too. Arman keeps saying, I have a signature move that will change the course of the fight. But yeah, there's a lot of parallels to that, which is why I'm not going to put too much stock in the first fight, considering it was the debut for Arman Tsarukyan. Islam Makhachev, though, I think is a different breed. I definitely think Islam Makhachev can, oh God, Usman is 1 away. He's going to tie Usman's record. Ooh, I'm getting worried now. I want Islam Makhachev to win. I want him to break the record, and he absolutely can. We've seen from the first fight, he has a wrestling advantage. Both guys have improved. Arman has worked on his grappling overall, and his ground and pound game has gotten even more hellacious, and he has improved his striking a little bit. Islam Makhachev, his submission game is much better now. It's improved greatly, and his striking has improved vastly. Outstriking Dustin, outstriking Charles, outstriking Volkanovski. I could see him outstriking Arman Tsarukyan, to be honest with you. He beat those guys on the feet. All of them he beat on the feet. He beat Dustin on the feet, which is just insanity to me. A lot of people said he looks human outside of Abu Dhabi, but like, you're just underrating guys like Dustin and Volkanovski. Simple as that. I think Arman could pose a lot of problems. Particularly, I'm mentioning those kicks. That axe kick can be very deadly. And we've seen some times where Islam could get a little bit too reckless. He likes to fight. That's why I like him so much too. He likes to fight. He'll get nitty and gritty. Like, if he's not getting subs, he's not gonna be like, all right, shoot again, shoot again, shoot again, shoot again. All right, I quit. No, he's gonna shoot again. He's like, all right, subs ain't working. I'm gonna punch this dude in the freaking face. I'm gonna head kick him. His kicks in the open stance are gonna be very deadly. And even if Arman catches them, he takes out Islam. Islam will reverse the position. So his kicks are free. Very free. But they're free for Arman too. Arman's very good if you catch a kick, and he's very flexible as well too. Looking at the Gamrot fight. But Arman can be out grappled. Looking at the Gamrot fight, I think Islam Makhachev will out grapple him. I don't think his grappling has improved significantly so much, but his striking and his grappling, his submission game has improved enough to really sway it in Islam's favor. This is a great fight. I love this fight. I do like Arman, but I need Islam to break that record for Anderson Silva. I want that so bad. And if he wins the second belt doing it, woo, dream scenario. He beats Arman, preferably by finish. He wins the welterweight belt. He moves back down to lightweight one more time to fight against Ilia Topuria. Say he beats Ilia and he goes up to welterweight for one last title defense. 18 wins. I list him as a GOAT. But I'm getting way ahead of myself. Ultimately, very solid fight. I feel like I'm at my wit's end, unfortunately, with this sickness. But thank you so much to those of you who sticked around. Thank you those of you who will watch. Please let me know what you think in the comment section below. Your boy Gomi's out. I'm going to go down a bottle of NyQuil. Not actually, just I'm gonna take some